Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So last year I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer and basal cell carcinoma. And I remember sort of taking stock of my life. I went down, I sat by the ocean, and I ruminated, and I thought, okay, you've been given a sentence. Every day we are given a sentence. And the sentence is, you have today. Actually, you have this moment. You don't even have necessarily today. You have this moment. And I started really thinking about that a lot. And what does that mean? Like, what does that really mean for me? And I was starting to look at ways in my life that I wasn't showing up for myself. Things that, maybe I used to love doing that I no longer did. Ways of being that I was no longer being. I found, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that in a lot of areas of my life, I was just coasting through and not truly living them. And I know it sounds trite, but we're only given a short period of time on this earth, and we really only have this one moment because we don't know what's going to happen the next moment, right? So, yes, the cancer was kind of a wake-up call for me. Anyway, the endometrial cancer was cut out in December, and I got the pathology reports back yesterday. Excuse me. And this morning, one of my friends said to me, "What are you doing to celebrate?" And this brings me to today's musing. And I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, really, my celebration started last August when I first got the diagnosis. When I got the first diagnosis, and I realized that I've been celebrating ever since. I've been celebrating in the fact that I'm revisiting some of the things that I've always loved to do, but that for some reason I just cast aside, or I wasn't making the time for, or I've got art back in my life. I've got music back in my life. I've got just groups of friends that are just life affirming, and they just accept me for who I am, and I celebrate that. And I don't know, there's just so many moments of every day. Like I look out of this studio every day into this beautiful little bit of nature, and going on hikes in the woods that are literally attached to the side of our property. And I get to live on a like right by a pond. I don't live on the pond, but I live right by a pond, and I get to go down and enjoy that. And I can see it from my window, and I don't know, there's just so many beautiful, grateful moments. And so my answer to my friend was basically that none of us know how much time we have on this earth, and we just need to celebrate every moment that we can. We need to not assume that there's always going to be another moment, right? Yes, plan for the future, but live in the present, live in the now, and live your best possible life in that moment, right? So it might be your best possible moment is like it's a sucky moment, but live into that in that moment, and then put that moment aside and live into the next moment. Like, don't get stuck in the moment. I don't care if you're living joy or if you're living misery. Like, just don't get stuck in that moment, because there's another moment. And that next moment could be even more beautiful than what it is you're living right now. I don't care if you're living at the height of joy. Like, that next moment could be over the top joy. Like, And if you're living in misery, I can guarantee you that that misery does not have to be your default every moment of every day. So yeah, celebrate yourself every single day. Celebrate life every single day. Celebrate your passions, your love for life, your whatever it is for you that lights you up. Celebrate that every day, and let that light shine into the world. Let that light hit the edge of somebody else's darkness and help it brighten their world. Like, just go out and be your most magnificent self. And that is the answer to her question. And that is my musing for the day. Have a great one.